Hello and welcome to the Written English Mastery course. Now, what is mastery? Anybody who's called a master, see, Sachin Tendulkar was called the little master. So, anybody who's called a master is supposed to be somebody who's very good at that game. Written English is also a game, spoken English is also a game. So, in the game of spoken English, in the game of written English, if somebody is very good at it, then we would always call that person a master. Now, mastery over something simply means that you are able to do that thing so well that you are able to help others learn that thing, learn that skill. So, if you had the little master Sachin Tendulkar as a great player, a prolific scorer, a world record beater, then you also had him as a mentor. He helped others better their craft. Similarly, when you learn spoken English mastery, or written English mastery, or presentation skills mastery, it simply means that you would be able to help others with spoken English, with written English, with presentations. So, friends, from today, when you start learning this craft, start helping others. Communication is to connect with others. Communication is not done between people just for no cause. There are so many reasons that we communicate. The first of them being expression of feelings, expression of thoughts. So, written communication or spoken communication or presentations, it is a way to connect with people. And when you are connecting with people, remember, people have feelings. Also remember that people have a memory. So whatever you speak, whatever you write, whatever you present in front of people may stay in their memory. And if we are talking about written communication is a record by itself. Spoken communication can be forgotten if it has not been recorded and it can be replayed later. But written communication cannot be forgotten because it becomes a permanent record unless it is in the form of those messages on WhatsApp and other platforms where it will come and it will get destroyed after a particular amount of time. So, written communication, my dear friends, is something that will stay. And why do we need written communication? We need written communication for so many different things. We write emails, we receive emails, we write messages, we receive messages. So, this is how life goes on, this is how business goes on, this is how work goes on. So, communication is like action, reaction, and interaction in the doing of life. As you live life, as you do life, you act, you react, and you interact. So, that is what communication is for. So, my dear friends, I welcome you to this course. Every day, you are going to get one lesson, which will be in the form of a video of this kind, followed by a whiteboard lesson, or it may just be a whiteboard lesson, or it may just be a video of this kind. Whatever, but it will be a video lesson which will come directly to your mailbox every day at the same time as the first lesson. So if you joined the course at 11 in the night and your lessons began coming to you at 11:02 or 11:03 in the night, then every day you're going to get your lesson in the night. And if you are in the habit of studying in the morning, learning in the morning, then all you need to do is leave the lesson for those 12 hours, leave the lesson for one night, and then every morning you will get a lesson. So you can regulate lesson delivery by just skipping one day. After that, the lesson would always be there in your mailbox and you would be able to access it. Friends, please check your spam junk folders, also your promotions bulk folders, because sometimes lessons will go there and wait for you. You would be looking in the mailbox, not finding it. You'll start saying, Sir has not sent the lesson. So, my dear friends, the lesson delivery is completely automated. It's a software where you get automatically added to the list the moment you pay the fees, and your lesson delivery starts within minutes and continues for the next 50 days. So I hope I've made myself clear. So this is just the introductory video. Following this, we have a whiteboard lesson. So I'll see you in the lesson. I wish you the very best for this course, and by the end of this course, I'm sure you're going to be a master of written communication. So welcome once again and best wishes. Hello and welcome to this lesson. We are talking about written English mastery. So as we just discussed, mastery over anything involves expertise which helps you help others. So friends, I want you to reach a stage where you are able to help others learn how to write well in English. Now to write well, you are going to require a couple of things. Number one, you are going to require vocabulary. Number two, you are going to require the grammar of that language. And number three, you are going to require structure. So using these three things, you would be able to write any language. Now where do we get the vocabulary from? The vocabulary that we are talking about, the vocabulary that I normally use, is vocabulary that can be understood by most. That means I try to use very simple and easy to understand language, but the language that I like to use will not take away from the meaning. So if I need to use a certain word which may be difficult for others to understand, I would certainly use that word, and if somebody doesn't understand, I would also be able to explain the meaning of those words. Now the grammar of any language needs to be, you need to learn grammar. Now, am I teaching grammar in this course? So, my dear friends, I am not teaching grammar in this course. Why am I not teaching grammar in this course? So, I have a grammar book which I have written, and people are making use of it. It is sold across the country. But I am not teaching grammar in this course, because if I want to teach grammar, then I would exhaust all these 50 lessons trying to teach you grammar. So the YouTube is full of grammar lessons. We've all gone through grammar in our school, and you can find a lot of free stuff as far as grammar is concerned. As far as your vocabulary is concerned, I'll talk about it and I'll tell you how you can develop a workable vocabulary and how you can develop an enviable vocabulary. So we'll see that in this course. But the most important thing, my dear friends, is the structure of what you write. Because when you talk about structure, structure is the thing which gives beauty to anything. So if you're writing an email and that email is structured well, then what will happen? If that mail is structured well, then that mail immediately becomes very, very effective. That is the first thing. Once you have a good structure and your writing becomes effective, what will happen as a result of that writing? As a result of that writing, people will take action on your call. See, all of us want people to act the way we want. Supposing I am writing a sales letter to someone, what is my aim in writing that sales letter? My aim in writing that sales letter is to prompt that person to either come to my showroom or visit my website or ask for a demo or ask for a trial. See, just the sales letter or sales mail may not get me the sale, but it will get me to the next step. Take for instance your CV. Now, supposing you're talking about your CV. So if I have my CV, will my CV get me the job? Answer is no. A CV will not get you the job. CV will get you, at the most, it will get you shortlisted. So I must have a nicely constructed CV which will get me shortlisted. If they have a long line of CVs, if they have a crowd of people applying for that job, if there's a big rush, then my CV should be so well crafted, so well structured, so well worded that my CV will get me shortlisted. So CV will not get you the job, but your CV is the first thing in that process. So it will lead to a job. If anybody thinks or says that the CV will get you a job, I'm sorry, that doesn't happen. So CV will get you shortlisted. Once you are shortlisted, you will then go to step 2. This is step 1. So there may be a written test, there may be a telephonic interview, there may be 3 more rounds of interviews, who knows. So then you get into the process. So my dear friends, structure is absolutely very, very important. So I'm going to teach you the structure. I'm also going to give you a lot of templates. You know how to write something through a template. So the template will give you a structure, and that structure you can follow to create your mail, create a memo, create a CV, create a cover letter, create a notice, create a circular, create an agenda, create minutes of meeting, and create a lot of other messages. So my dear friends, in this course we are going to take up writing. You are also going to learn how to argue something, how to narrate something, how to describe, how to define, how to create a process. You understand? So these are, and so on. So when you get down to writing in any personal or business situation, this course is going to help you write whatever you want to write in the most effective way. And once you learn to write in the most effective way, that is of course going to help you to reach people's hearts and minds. See, if you can reach people's hearts and if you can reach people's minds, my dear friend, your job is done. You have arrived. So, in this course, every lesson is going to take you a little further in the journey of becoming a master of written communication. First and foremost, start believing that you can do it. So the moment you start believing that you can do it, you'll start doing it. And the moment you start doing it, your journey has begun. Because without walking, no one reached anywhere. Without moving from where you are, you will never reach where you want to be. So if you want to be a master of written communication, start writing. Write. So I will teach you how to write. I will give you tips on how to write. And it will not only make you a better writer, it will also make you a better speaker. And once you learn to structure your thoughts, it will make you a more effective business person or a more effective employee. It will make you a better human being as well. So my dear friends, thank you very much for watching this lesson. And I'm going to see you in the next lesson. And until then, all the best.